Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For this video, it is the long-awaited Q&A subscriber special. Because of you guys and your love and support, we have actually made it over 1,500 subscribers, and I have some other good news. My channel has actually been able to be monetized. Because of you guys, I am actually able to make some money doing what I love to do. So thank you guys so much, and as celebration and as my thanks, this is the Q&A video with not only me, but also our three favorite boys, Jasper, Atreyu, and Mr. Cooper. So the way this is going to work is I have all of my questions lined up here, and I will be answering them in categories. So I have all of them lined up with questions for me, questions for Jasper, questions for Atreyu, and questions for Mr. Cooper. And I'm just going to be going down the list. That way I can get everyone done in their own little sections. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do my questions first. That way I can get mine out of the way and we can get to our favorite boys. So to start us off, my first question is, what do you feel when you record? Nervous. That is the long and short of it. Whenever I am recording, I always feel nervous, and I am always waiting with bated breath that I hope I get the right take. Videos always take me forever because I don't know if I got the right inflection, if I maybe drowned out a little bit, maybe my mic cut out, I don't know. So it's very nerve-wracking, to be honest, but it's fun at the same time. Do your neighbors hear you? Thankfully, no. I record in my closet just like every other ASM artist. What other characters will we expect from you next, and any upcoming sequels? Any upcoming sequels? Yes, there are sequels coming out for Demon Boyfriend and Vampire Boyfriend, as well as Mr. Cooper, obviously. And I'm not going to give any spoilers for any new characters. I'm going to let those be surprises for all of you guys. What inspired you to do voiceover work? Well, I've always loved acting. I actually went through acting school when I was a kid thanks to my parents, and I didn't really do anything with it because I'm not really good at emoting physically. I'm not really good at doing the right facial expressions, but I seemed to excel through acting school with my voice, so I always thought voiceover work was my best outlet. So if I can't act with my face and my body movement, then I can act with my voice. It's just as good. Is the voice behind the characters and the script writer the same person or two different people? They're one and the same person. It's all me. I write my own scripts, I do my own voices. And yeah, it's a full-time job for me, but it's fun at the same time. What do you do normally when you're not making videos? I am either sleeping, eating, or I am working. I currently work a 40+ hour job, and because that is so stressful, I usually just come home, I eat a big meal, and then I go straight to bed, and I start it all over again. Meaning that whenever I give you guys an update on whether I'm working on scripts, or whenever a video comes out, it's best to assume that that's one of my days off. Are you planning on working with other people for a collab in the near future, and could you do a collab with an ASM artist called Master Missy? Oh boy. So I've already addressed this on Twitter, at least with Master Missy. I don't have any plans right now to collab with any other ASM artists, mostly because A, I think they might be too busy, and B, a lot of ASM artists right now are on a higher caliber than I am. So I think I need to get more comfortable with recording and more comfortable with my craft before I actually start collabing with other artists that are on a higher level than I am. What do you do for a living? I work 40+ hours a week at a gas station. What is your favorite anime? That is a toss-up between Death Note and Black Butler. I love me some Demon Butler, but at the same time, Light and L and their constant battle is just so freaking epic. It's amazing. What made you want to do ASMR roleplays, and what made you want to do male roles? Oh, ASMR roleplays were always just so fun for me. I could always play a new character, and I could always pretend I was someone I wasn't, and it was always just so fun for me in the beginning. And I never really knew that there was a market for it. I never really knew there was a community for it, because the way that ASMR roleplays work, I've always done that. I was that one kid that would roleplay with themselves as another character and talk to themselves in the corner and just do that kind of thing in drama class, and I never really knew there was a community for it until I found the ASMR community. In fact, I think my actual first ASMR artist that I listened to and subscribed to was Master Missy with his Vampire Boyfriend series with Theodore. And what made me want to do male roles? I've always loved doing male roles because I love getting in the mindset of a guy, and being a girl, it's a little easier for me to do a male role because I know what we girls are looking for in a certain male. So I know what we're looking for in a certain personality type, in a certain character type, character arc, anything like that. So it's a little bit easier to gauge what I'm going for, and it's a little bit easier to understand what I'm doing, and it's a little bit easier for the listener to understand what I'm going for too. Does anyone know about your YouTube channel? No. That is a hard no. The only one that really knows about my YouTube channel is my fiance, because he has to listen to me recording several hours a day. And he has to actually proofread my scripts to make sure that everything is right. But other than that, no one knows about my YouTube channel. And this question actually came from a Demon Boyfriend video. Your accent is so hot. What country are you from? Well, first of all, I don't have an accent. I actually kind of do, but it's an American accent. I'm actually from Colorado. And my accent was very long practiced. It's always been a hobby of mine to study different languages and different accents. So that is one thing that you can expect from me in the future, is different language role plays, different accents here and there. Because it's always been fascinating to me learning those different languages and those different accents. So I'll be playing around with that as well in the future. And the last question for me, how old are you? I'm 24. I'm 24. My birthday's actually coming up, so that's fun. And I know I don't sound it a lot of the time. I know I don't sound it. I don't know why. I just don't. Okay, so that is enough about me. Now let's get on to what you guys have been waiting for. So the first in our lineup is Jasper. Say hello, Jasper.
Hello, mi corazón.
Okay, so Jasper, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna ask you some questions that the fans want to know. Answer them as best you can. If you can't answer it right away, that's okay. We can come back to it later. If you don't feel comfortable answering a question, just let me know and we can save it for another time, okay?
Sounds fair to me.
Alright, let's go. Your first question. What will happen to Jasper in the next part?
I don't really know, to be honest. Have you written it yet?
Next question. What are you going to turn your corazón into a vampire?
I don't think I will, to be honest. That's up to her. If she wants to be turned into a vampire, then I will gladly turn her. But she has to tell me first. Verbal is the best key for me. Body language, sorry. You have to actually physically tell me to change you into a vampire. I'm not one for body language.
Okay. Why don't you and your brother get along?
That is for another time. Unless you want to make this video 400 hours long, in which case I can go into great detail why we don't get along.
No, that's okay. Is Jasper related to his brother biologically, or do they just have the same creator?
We have the same creator. I don't even... Ugh. I can't even fathom being related to him biologically.
Okay, that bad, huh?
Try living with him.
Fair enough. If you could be an animal, what would it be?
I would probably be a cat.
Why a cat?
Well, cats can always get a little bit too close and they never get pushed off. Don't you remember? Vampires are notorious for their dirty minds, remember?
Right.
Unless this is a child-friendly channel, in which case I rescind that comment.
It's not exactly child-friendly, not after Mr. Cooper. And being Atreyu.
Oh, so I don't have to watch my language?
Well, you do, but you don't.
All right. Well, if you must know, I would love to be a cat, because I can get personal and put my paws wherever I please, and all I get is moans of pleasure.
Okay, Jasper, thank you very much. Thank you for coming out. Now, if you don't mind, I think your corazon needs a little saving from Esteban.
Oh, well, if you insist.
If I insist... Don't you need to save her from him before he kills her?
Oh, don't worry, he won't kill her. Not right away, anyway. But you're right, I do need to go. Thank you for having me on. I hope I answered all your questions perfectly.
Even more so for my tastes. Thank you, Jasper. Okay, moving on. Next we have Atreyu, the Prince of the Third Circle. Say hi, Atreyu.
Well, hello, my pretty darlings. How are we doing today?
We're doing okay, Atreyu, thank you. So, like I told Jasper, the way this is going to work, I'm going to ask you questions.
Don't worry, darling, I heard everything. Just ask your questions now.
Okay, then. What's your impression on Blue Exorcist?
Blue Exorcist? What is that? Is that an exorcist from the Blues Brothers?
No, it's a Japanese anime about Lucifer.
I'm not one for anime, personally. Too many things wrong with anime.
Oh? You do realize that's gonna be an unfavorable opinion, right?
You do realize I don't really give a shit.
Okay then, moving on. Do you want kids? If so, how many?
Children aren't exactly on my list. I don't plan on having kids too soon. After all, kids restrain you from having too much fun, and I intend to have as much fun as I can with my queen-to-be.
Okay, and, since you're a lust demon, do you have your own harem, or are you monogamous to your queen-to-be?
Every demon has their harem, darling, and I don't plan on giving mine away. My harem is my harem, and I will do with my harem what I please. Just because I have a queen-to-be doesn't mean I still can't have fun when she's not around.
But don't you think that she might find that a little bit cheater-ish?
Well, she'll know soon enough, and she'll learn. Trust me. Once she's a demon, and she knows my full sexual tendencies, she'll want me to have my harem.
Are you that unmanageable?
That unmanageable? No, I'm not that unmanageable. It's just, I'm sure she would want to get out of that bed sometime.
Do you have any admirers that are extremely jealous of her?
Of course I do. Didn't you hear that comment I made of Aphrodite? I'm sure Aphrodite has her head on a corkboard or something.
Head on a corkboard?
She doesn't exactly have a pinboard, darling.
That doesn't make any sense, Atreyu.
If you knew Aphrodite, that would make perfect sense.
Do you mean a dartboard?
A dartboard? No. She doesn't score for that. I mean a corkboard.
That still doesn't make any sense, Atreyu.
Just go to your next question. I don't have time for this.
If you don't have time for this, then why are you here?
I'm here to answer your questions. I mean, I don't have time explaining Aphrodite to you. These questions are for me, are they not?
Well, yes.
Then? Well, I'm waiting.
Atreyu, if you're gonna act this way, then you can go.
And if you're gonna act this way, perhaps I need to call your master here to pull your leash.
Next question. How many virgins have you had?
That's better. How many virgins have I had? Darling, I've had too many to count. And trust me, my first virgin is part of my harem.
Okay, I didn't ask that, but thank you. I know your dad is Lucifer Morningstar, but do you know who your mother is?
My mother? I don't have a mother. None of us do.
You don't have a mother?
No, of course not. Why would I?
I don't know, basic biology?
Celestial biology is different from human biology, but I don't have time to go into the specifics of that. Next question.
Could you use your powers to give us a preview of our transformation into a demoness?
I could, but it would ruin the surprise for me. Because I'm sure once I saw you as a demoness, there would be nothing stopping me from, I don't know, pinning you up against this wall right now, and taking you in front of all your viewers.
I'm not the one turning into a demoness, Atreyu. The listener is.
So? Doesn't mean I can't use that little preview on you, MasoKitty.
Atreyu, you can't do this.
Oh, can't I?
No, you can't.
Scared your master will see me.
Yes, kind of. If he sees you like this, he'll punish me for it.
And why would he punish you?
Because he would see it as me getting with another man. Now will you please move away?
Don't worry, MasoKitty. I wasn't going to do anything anyway. It's just fun to tease you.
Atreyu, you only have one more question. Why did you go from treating the listener like an object to suddenly being so lovey-dovey? Did we miss something?
Well, unfortunately you did miss something. But I know that will be actually addressed in the next part. I will actually give a full explanation of why I went from treating you like a dog next to treating you like a queen within a couple days. However, spoiler alert, my brother will be making an appearance, as much as I don't want him to. But I know he will explain things better than I could. So expect a new demon to make an appearance. Now, is that all? I have to get back to the third circle and get my royal duties underway.
Yes, that is all, Atreyu, and when you leave, could you please make sure you clean up Artax's mess? It's all over the front yard, and I'm sure people have already complained about it.
Don't worry. Artax always cleans up after himself. Now, I'll show myself out. And for those of you listening, don't worry. I shall be in your dreams later tonight. Farewell.
Bye. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, thank you so much for coming out. I know you had classes today.
Don't worry. It's always an honor to answer questions from my fans, especially if they're asking about my cherry blossom.
Now, same rules apply. If you hear a question you don't want to answer, just let me know and we'll answer it later, okay?
Perfectly reasonable. Ask away.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, what will you do to the listener?
What will I do to the listener? What do you mean?
I'm asking because of how your last video ended.
Oh, after I put her to sleep? Well, I will calmly explain to her everything that will happen and what has happened. I know I acted rashly, and that was uncalled for. So this time I will calmly explain to her everything, and hopefully she will understand that she is perfectly safe with me.
Okay, and what happened to Mr. Anderson's body, and how are you going to handle it?
Mr. Anderson's body has been disposed of. I know it wasn't specifically said, but know that he is perfectly disposed of, and I will handle it the same way I've handled all my past victims. It's nothing but a chip off my shoulder, and it's nothing but another snake out of my Eden's garden.
Wow, you feel very strongly about this.
I told you. They're all pricks that need to be disposed of. People like that don't deserve to be in the world.
Not gonna argue on what you did to Mr. Anderson, but don't you think you should give your cherry blossom some time to process what just happened?
Well, I know I did act rashly, like I've already said, but I couldn't handle when she was looking at me with such dread and terror. So I thought I might put her to sleep. That way it would get the look off her face, and I know she always looks peaceful when she sleeps. So it would give her the right amount of time to calm down and clear her head a bit.
She isn't in any danger from you, is she?
Of course not. Why would she be? I wouldn't dream of hurting her. I wouldn't dream of hurting any precious flower like her.
Is the listening your only prey, or have there been others in the past that have betrayed you?
She is the only one I truly care about anymore. She is the only flower that I will ever care for anymore. And as for the others, we don't talk about them. The others are gone now. They have withered away, and I have dealt with them as best as they deserve. That is all I will say on that.
Okay, will we hear about them in the future?
I surely hope not.
Are you, or do you consider yourself to be an assassin or an anti-hero?
I don't consider myself to be an assassin, personally. I kill whomever I want, whenever I want, but usually it's for a damn good reason. And I suppose I could be an anti-hero, considering I save women but murder men. So I suppose I would be an anti-hero.
And my question to you, Mr. Cooper, is there any history with your cherry blossom that we need to know about? Or was it love at first sight when you first saw her in your classroom?
I hope to save this for another time, but I suppose you all should know that there is history with me and my cherry blossom. I was there when she was a child, and I've always watched over her. And I actually wish to elaborate on this in the next part, if that's all right.
Oh, of course. I'm sure there's a lot more detail that you'd like to go into.
Yes, I would. But I know you don't want this video to be extra super long. I know you want to save those for the actual roleplays.
Yes, I do. Thank you again, Mr. Cooper, for your cooperation. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, MasoKitty. If there are any more questions from either you or your viewers, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer them as quickly as I can.
I sure will do that. Thank you. Well, there you have it, everybody. Those are all your questions that you sent me to both me and all of your favorite characters. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I upload videos every week. And thank you so much for all your love and support. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. Monetized anyway. Please like, favorite, and comment. I always read your comments, and I love hearing what you have to say. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
MasoKitty, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Master. What are you doing home so early?
I came home because I'm off work. Why did I just see those three leaving the house?
Well, they,
MasoKitty, am I about to be disappointed in you?
no, they were just, here for another video.
Another video, all three of them. And why did two of them look like they had just been satisfied?
Satisfied?
MasoKitty, what are you not telling me?
Nothing, Master.
MasoKitty, you know you're a bad liar. Were they here for ill intentions?
No, they were just here for the Q&A video I promised.
That's all?
Yes, that's all.
Then why did Atreyu look so pleased with himself? Jasper I can understand. He has a dirty mind all of his own. But Atreyu looked like he'd just had his fun.
He didn't have any fun with me, Master, I promise. He just teased me a bit, that's all.
Teased you?
Yes, as in made fun of me. He tried to threaten me with you because I gave him attitude.
You gave him attitude. What is your rule, MasoKitty, about giving any lip towards any guests?
But, Master, he started it.
I don't care who started it. If he started it, then you better let him finish it. If I'm not here, MasoKitty. Do you understand?
Yes, Master.
Do you realize that this means punishment for breaking the rules?
Yes, Master.
Assume the position, MasoKitty. Now, I will give you 3 swats, 1 for each offense. Your first offense, MasoKitty?
For having all 3 of them over without your permission.
Good. Your second offense?
For giving attitude towards our guests.
Good. And your third offense, MasoKitty?
I don't know.
Come on, you know.
No, I really don't, Master.
Your third offense is not inviting me to this celebration. Of all people, you exclude your own master.
But, Master, in my defense, there were no questions for you.
And you know why that is?
It's because I haven't integrated you into my channel until now. And I don't really want to share you, Master.
Well, there's plenty of me to go around, MasoKitty. There's no reason to get jealous. You know you're my main girl, right?
Yes, Master.
Then you know that it's only fair to give your viewers a little dream of their own with me. Shouldn't you give them that satisfaction of letting them dream of having their own master like me?
I suppose.
Well, then...
But, Master, I...
You will receive your punishment without any hesitation, MasoKitty. Do you understand?
Yes, Master.
Good. Now, 3 swats, remember? 1, 2, 1 more. You can handle it. free. Good girl. Are you all right?
Yes, Master.
Good. Now what will you do in the future?
I will ask your permission to have more than one of my characters over without your consent, and I will be sure to be nicer to my viewers and allow them the pleasure of having your company, Master.
So then what does that mean, MasoKitty? Tell them.
It means that I also have some roleplays scheduled with my master. I won't be part of the roleplays, obviously. It will be a roleplay for you guys with my master. I don't really know what to say now, Master.
It means that she has some plans of a few roleplays involving me and you as the listener. I'm sure quite a few of you are wondering about me as her master, and I would hope that a couple of you or a few of you would be wondering what one night with me would be like. And I'm sure that a few of you have fantasies of being completely taken care of by me, by your own master. So, I will be integrating myself into MasoKitty's channel as well. So expect some more time from me as your master. Did you say everything you needed to, MasoKitty?
Yes, Master.
Good. Then with that ends this video. Thank you guys so much for enjoying and watching. Thank you so much for your support. We all greatly appreciate it. Have a good night, my little kittens. Sweet dreams.